This is Candace. Welcome to day 38 of my 100-day health challenge. So today I'm feeling a lot better than yesterday. Yesterday was a bit much. I'm still feeling a lot of uncertainty and grief in ways about some of the changes. But I'm also really looking to some of the amazing fun things that are coming up and some of the cool things that I've seen and opportunities. And so it's just a fluctuation. Life's like that sometimes, right? It's like an up and down, positive, negative, joyful, crappy. It's just, it's something else, right? I mean, I guess that's what makes it adventurous. And sometimes, it's roller coaster, but sometimes roller coaster's fun as long as there's some coasting at times where we don't have to do, 2,000 feet elevation gain in our life journey and have some valleys here and there to take it easy on. And anyways, oh man. So, no, it's been good. There are so many parts of health that, there's so many areas. I mean, I've talked about this before, but we have physical health where, we think about, like, for example, my goals are about like weight loss and nutrition and movement and metabolism. And we have mental health, which is like our both intellectual, like what we're learning, what we're taking in, our cognitive function, but also even just focus and clarity and the thoughts and things that we're telling ourselves, which ties so closely to emotional. So emotional, thinking of it as like what you're actually feeling. And when you think certain things and when you learn certain things, and with the mental health, when we're processing our cognitive function, that kind of thing, it ties so closely then to what we feel, how we respond, and then thus how we act out, and or what we believe. And so then with that, of course, then we have spiritual health, which, a lot of people say spiritual health is not a thing because I don't have certain beliefs or whatever. And that's really not, I think it's more than that, because, billions of people on the planet believing all kinds of different things. And I don't know what you believe. I don't know what your thoughts are on things. I know what I believe and what I believe is truth. But I also know that I think looking at spiritual is not just saying that you have to do things a certain way. It's just talking about that humans have a spirit, a soul, that we're different from animals. We're different from objects, inanimate things. We are actually special. We are a special creation and a design, and we have a spirit and a soul, and we have ways to think and feel that other creatures don't. And so I think spiritual is just talking about like, where are we even at on that? What do we believe? What's our worldview, our perspective? Why do we think we're here? Why do we think we're here to be on this planet? What do we think we're meant to do? What do we think about beyond that? I mean, there's so many aspects to that I think even if you have a certain belief system, that it still applies to you because it's still a health area. We're still always seeking, no matter what you believe, I feel like humans are always curious about the greater things of the universe and the greater things of how did we get here? Why are we here? Why do things happen the way they do? So I think spiritual health is also just wrestling with those questions and coming up with what you believe in, and then finding community that can support and fellowship with you, that you have people to actually talk to and to get along with and to encourage you and support you, but also to challenge you. I think spiritual health is also about not just accepting everything you read or hear, or to actually question the way things are. And I do believe that's all part of spiritual health. So I think that also ties in so closely again with mental and emotional, and even spiritual is just what you believe about your own self and your own identity. And so then that affects, of course, physical health and all that. So I think all those things are tied together. No matter what you believe, I think there's an aspect that we all, and there's even studies that show that we all have some aspect of us that wants to know the greater mysteries of the world and the universe and how we're here and all those things, what our purpose is. So I think that's, even despite what you believe, I think everybody wrestles with those things. So I think that's all tied together: physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. And then social, our relationship health. That can be with a loved one, a spouse, a partner. It can be with a parent or parents. It can be with grandparents. It can be with other immediate family, like siblings, brother, sister. It could be with cousins, aunts, uncles. It could be with friends, coworkers, employees, your employer. All these things are relational health. Some relationships are healthy, some are not. Some of those are by choice, some of them are not. Some relationships need to be edited and tweaked and improved. Some relationships may need to be moved on from. Some relationships are yet to be met and grown. So I think that's a huge part of, just as humans, we crave this connection and understanding between us. And I think it's crucial to be able to, no matter what you believe, no matter what you think, to be able to actually interact with your fellow human being and love each other. I mean, that's what relational health is all about. And so let's see. So those are kind of the main 5 areas I tend to focus on. But then financial health and occupational or job health. So for example, even with relational health, that ties in directly, or even intellectual mental health ties in directly to job or occupation or what you're studying. Like if you don't have a job yet, what you're studying or what you're striving for. There's health in those areas of, what am I doing with my life? How am I living? How am I living with purpose in my job or occupation or vocation? With financial health, that's a huge part. We don't want to be obsessed with money, but we need money for a lot of things in this world. And so there's that aspect of, are we being responsible and healthy with finances, which again ties to job and stress and emotions and mental health and even physical health. And then of course, environmental health, this can be seen 2 different ways. This can be seen as taking care and stewarding the environment around us, the actual, the environment we live in, the local area. So environment, I think, encompasses so many things. It could be like how you create the environment at home. So it can be, what is your home environment like? Have you created a space that encourages your hopes and dreams and goals, or does it discourage it? Like even the environment of like, what do you keep around, like food wise, or, where do you put things and how do you keep things clean, or how do you organize, and do those things improve your health overall, or are they damaging your health? For example, having a lot of clutter in your bedroom can affect your sleep. I know that I had really poor sleep. It wasn't the only reason, but I know that some of my worst sleep came when I had a lot of clutter in my bedroom and when I had a lot of electronics and things that were keeping me awake. So it could be your personal home environment. It could be a work environment. What's not just the people you interact with, but what's your actual environment like? What's your office like? What's your classroom like? What's your cubicle like? What do you do? And like the things you do have choices over, how can you improve the health of your environment? It could be about the environment of your family, an environment that you're visiting. It could be then again, just like the world environment around you. If you live in an area that's very city, what are you doing to promote your health and the health of the environment around you? If you live in a rural area or a mixture, what are you doing to promote environmental health? So environmental encompasses a lot of that too. So that's a lot of areas. But I think picking the top 1 or 2, maybe 3 areas at a time, I really think you want to improve slow, incremental changes at a time. And so picking the main areas, and then within that sometimes I would even say just start with one area. If your emotional health is really what you're struggling with right now, nothing else is going to fall into place until you balance that back out. Same thing with spiritual. If your spiritual health is not good, then you're not going to be able to balance out the other things. Or physical health will damage your mental and emotional and spiritual health as well. So, I mean, there's so many things. I think that's why it's so subjective, so personal, that you have to decide what area do you want to focus on first. And then I would say within that area, focus then on the top 2 to 3 things that you want to change overall and make slow changes towards that. So I've talked about that before, but right now I'm looking really at physical health. And my big spots of looking at are like nutrition and supplementation, rest and stress management, and movement and metabolic health. So those 3 big things are my areas right now. And within that can encompass so many aspects too of mental, emotional, and all that health. But I'm kind of focusing mainly on the physical right now because I feel like the others I'm doing all right in, or I have good habits in that are helping me. So anyways, that's kind of just a little overview of like just some things I've been thinking about and what I would encourage you to look at when you're creating your own health goals and things, how you want to really make a difference in your life. And so speaking of those things, I've been doing really well this week. Yes, I've certainly had the emotional up and down, such as yesterday and even today. It was actually kind of healing though, because since I found out that they're closing, I've been able to go and see a lot of people, and it's kind of been more nostalgic now, and getting to spend some final hours and days there and just remember all the amazing things and the way this has played in my life and everything. And so I just think that's great, and it's been some good opportunities. And so yeah, I think those are some good things that have been going on. I've definitely, my weight has gone back down, way down again this week, which is fantastic. So I'm hoping that trend keeps trending that way. I'm still not past 370 yet, but I'm getting closer and closer. And I think this time I'm really going to smash through the barrier. So I'm working again. I mentioned it before, but I am trying to record what I'm doing each day this week, just to see what's going well, what's not. What am I doing that I'm not even realizing I'm doing? I have made some concessions here and there because I've been going to the coffee shop, and actually there's not a lot of, the coffee there is so good. It's far less sweet. It's not about the frou-frou, it's not about all the, like big chain coffee shop sorts of things where it's like this little bit of coffee and like boom, sugar and flavor and all the toppings and stuff. It's like coffee and then a little bit of like something to help you out to just enrich the experience. And so I have been doing a little bit of that. I had this beautiful pumpkin cold brew with like a cold cream on it, not cold cream, like sorry, cold foam, not cold cream. Not cold cream like you put on your face. Some of you are like, I have no idea what that is. I'm talking about cold brew with the cold foam. So that, man, brain. Oof. But I had a really, really good one of those and the other day, and a pumpkin chocolate chip scone. And then I had the really, really good vegetarian potato burrito. And then I had another burrito today. And I feel like those are really good. They're from a local place. So good. Some of the best burritos you'll ever have. Some of the best green chili in town you'll ever have. So good. So I had those a couple days, and they've made some really good meals, and they're not super expensive. And then I had, yesterday I had the, maple bourbon latte. And then today they were out of the brown sugar, cinnamon flavor, but I've had that one before, so it's okay. So instead I had a pumpkin spice latte, but oh my gosh, that's like the best pumpkin spice latte I've ever had. It has actual pumpkin in it. It's not super sweet. It has this little like crumble topping and like this really good, almost like salted caramel syrup, but it's like real homemade caramel syrup. And oh, so good. And so I ended up getting 2 of those. So it's probably a little more than I should have had. But it was okay actually, because they're not super sweet. And I might get an espresso tomorrow. I'm going to try to go over again tomorrow because officially they are not open on Friday. So I was able to go yesterday, today, and I'm really hoping I can go over for a few hours tomorrow. And it was really good to just talk and hang out with people and just share some thoughts and just kind of have that nostalgic of like, I'm going to miss this so stinking much, but I also am so thankful. This has been such a huge part of my life. And I'm talking literally, this has been a lifesaver and a sanctuary at times, and a huge part of my healing journey. And I cannot help but thank everyone to do with that. And that's just, the space has been such a blessing to me, and I'm going to miss it so much. But I also feel like it has helped me get to the point I'm at right now. And I have so many good memories too, because my sister's baby shower was there. We hosted it there one Saturday and had the coffee counter open and everything. And I can't wait for the next step. I can't wait to see where this goes. But so it was a good, like, nostalgic feeling today, to be back in there and just to kind of think, like, to get work done, but also be thinking of the memories and all the special things that have happened there, and just the healing place it's been, and like also looking forward to what's next, and just praying and hoping that I can be a part of it going forward and continue to see it grow and change. And yeah, and then my own life, I feel like I'm looking at all kinds of, I think my prayer is to still be teaching next year, and I plan to, so that's not changed. I'm actually hoping to teach more classes next year. I'm part-time right now, so I'm hoping to teach more classes next year. But also I'm looking into some of the business side of things I'm doing, teaching more health and education classes that I was actually doing before. It's ironic because I was doing this before now, but it was actually partly because I was learning about my own health and wellness. And so that's been a huge part of my journey, but I'm actually hoping to really intentionally continue to help myself, but then also hopefully help others. And then also, it was funny, my sister today was talking about entrepreneurship and that she's kind of wanting to find a way to like self-employ herself and start up a business, and a lot of her interests lie in the same areas. But like, I don't know, I told her, I said, we should be one of those sister businesses. I don't know if she wants to be in business with me, but I would love to have a sister business and maybe even have like bring in the family, some of the other family and things or something. I don't know. I love a mixture of things. I love teaching and education, but I love creativity and design. I love design. I mean, obviously some of my video stuff, I don't put in a lot because I prefer to just actually share, but I can't just help but put in some of the elements and have some fun with the little graphics and pick the right music for the mood. And you'll notice, of course, I love bluegrass and country, mostly bluegrass or folksy music, but I have such a passion. My family is from Appalachia, and so I have such a blood in the mountains, right? Some of you will understand the genuine connection to the fact that your family's from the mountains and you have a connection to the location. And so if I was ever going to move from here, I'd live there. And so part of my tribute to that, to my family and the part that they've played in my life and health and my growth in this, where I feel like I belong to two different worlds. That's kind of my homage to to my elders and to the place where I come from, to my family. And so I do pick, I love the details. I love the designs. I love the fun stuff. So I guess I'm kind of excited because even though I'm hating some of the potential things that are going to come with these changes, and I really hope some of them are not quite what I think they'll be. I'm still a little stubborn. I'm still a little like, I don't want to move. I don't want to uproot again, that kind of thing. But at the same time, I'm actually kind of excited to start again and to actually re-look at my passions. And I still want to teach. That has not changed. I still want to teach. I want to teach more classes. I want to stay at the same school. I would love to. I just love the environment, the coworkers, the kids, the subjects I teach. It's amazing. It's the most joyful job I've ever had. But anyways, I'm just super excited to go back and look at some of my old passions and things that I haven't done in a while, but that I want to do again. And I don't know, that's kind of where I am. I just wanted to, there's my nephew dog who's running behind. I'm babysitting today, or dog sitting. But anyways, I gotta go. I'm gonna eat dinner soon. I think that's my dad back with dinner. So he went and got dinner tonight. I was gonna fix some, but I hadn't thought it out. So I'm gonna fix some tomorrow. Maybe I'll show that on here, but I better go ahead and go. And you guys are awesome. I am feeling much better today. I know I'm gonna have my ups and downs, but I just wanted to share that. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Bye.